Hello everyone, and welcome to the Zelda Mailbag for the Hylian Gamescast. Today our special guest is N64 Josh, who has a song coming out here in a couple of days about the Legend of Zelda, so please go visit his YouTube channel or his website. You can head to patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can get a bunch of really cool stuff, as well as guaranteeing your question or discussion topic featured on the podcast. Our first question, Daniel.
So we got 3 that were submitted in the hour since I posted it on Discord. But this one I thought was pretty topical, pretty relevant, I think, to all of us. It's from Tetra. She asked, what has been the most helpful thing for each of us during this time of quarantine and self-isolation and all that? What's been most helpful for us getting through this time? I don't know who's going to go first. I guess I'll go first since I'm asking. I'm just gonna say I can't imagine being a single person or a bachelor going through this time. That sounds like torture. So I think I'm gonna say 2 answers. One, they're both going to be very cliche. One is the fact that I'm living at home with my family and that I have my wife and my son here who I can interact with and not be alone. With myself, because I'm probably not the best company. They're good company. I don't think I would be good company. So there is that, and also they're super great. So maybe I'm biased. The other thing has been Animal Crossing, actually, and having good games to play and being able to stream and interact with people online. Because aside from just having to do work from home and my family, I it's been nice to keep in touch with everybody that I normally would be able to. And I won't lie, it's since this whole thing started, I've seen a bit of an increase in viewership. So I guess people have a little more time on their hands as well. But it's been really great being able to keep in touch with everybody through my live streams and videos and stuff. So that's also been very helpful for me, I think. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, those of you in my Discord or anyone that follows me on Twitter probably knows how I've been handling. But I'll speak the positives. So mostly what's been getting me by is I'm an essential worker. I work at least 15 hours a week, so I have to go out and work with people. And honestly, that's my saving grace. If I didn't have those 15 hours a week in public, as scary as it might be, I'd probably go stir crazy or have cabin fever by now. And the other part of it is honestly, like, the people that I interact with daily, like, I have like a Discord chat for like people that come and hang out when I'm on stream, and so like longtime followers and supporters of like myself and Jesse and Daniel, and they are definitely like the glue that keeps me together. And I think without them, that this would be a much harder thing to go through, because it's like, oh, like I'm having a bad day, and they're like, you know what, bad day, Animal Crossing, we're gonna shower you with gifts, we're gonna wish you a good day, and it's awesome. I love being surrounded by so many positive minds, and also just knowing that like, if you're struggling, then at least you have a place of comfort to go to, and we're all just gonna jump on you with love. So
that's great.
All right,
that's awesome.
Josh.
Yeah, for me, I've just been creating a ton, like writing new music, streaming, getting like so many Animal Crossing videos out. It's been great. I started using TikTok, like. Way more. I set up two different accounts for TikTok, one for N64 Josh and one for my band until today, or my band is just me, but and so I've just been having a blast just creating and meeting new people, and of course Animal Crossing has just been crazy. I started Animal Crossing cribs on my YouTube channel, so I go and visit other people's islands and just
nice.
get tours and
I love it.
Find out what they how they're creating their island and what they like to collect and things like that. So
that's fantastic.
That's awesome. I love it.
I've been having a lot of fun doing that.
All right. I guess I have really the only thing that has changed for me is less visits to the grocery store, and it's a little harder with the daughter because when I go to the grocery store or whenever I do something, I always have to try to make sure that I have someone to watch her because I don't want to take her because she likes to grab everything. That's the only hard part, but I can get my take her to my mom's and have her watch Layla while I go and do all of that stuff. But other than that, not too much has changed because where YouTube is my primary job anyways, most of my time was spent trying to edit or work on videos anyways. And now it's just I have an excuse to stay inside all day and do that. To whereas before, some people might be like, hey, why don't you go out with us or something? And I'm like, oh, I would, but I want to finish this video. Now it's like, well, I just have an excuse to stay in, basically. So not too much has changed for me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I miss high fives.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine, like, I just started a new position at my same company, but I'm meeting a bunch of people. The handshake is officially dead. It is an obsolete thing. I don't think the handshake is ever coming back. So I'm at a handful of people that I only remember names if I shake your hand. So now I'm like,
do you? That's interesting.
That's like if I'm meeting a group of
Why
people.
she never remembers my name?
What if they're wearing gloves?
If I'm meeting a new group of people, if I don't shake your hand, I probably won't your name after.
Oh,
it's really weird. I don't know why.
Interesting.
So, the handshake is gone, and I'm really excited for a hug. It's something I look forward to most.
I'm not. I was never a hugger. So I'm fine. People who know me in real life know I'm just like a very touchy person, like very the opposite of Kayla. Like I'm just like I feel like a piece of me shrink inside when someone wants to hug me, and I'm like, okay, like sometimes out of or like to be social, sure I'll accept it, but I'm just so not a huggy person. And one time at an old job, actually, and Kayla's heard the story a million times, but there was like we had a new assistant manager starting, and it was her first day. I'd met her one time before at like a big conference, like a year before that, and that was it. And she comes up to me, she's like, "Hi, Daniel," and she gives me this big hug, and like I feel my neck, like I became a turtle, and my neck like completely receded into my torso somehow, and my shoulders were like touching my ears, and I'm like, just not a huggy person. Unless you're my wife or my son, I'm just not very huggy. So.
Nice. This is true. I've known Daniel for almost 3 years now, and I've gotten a total of 3 hugs from you. And one of them was a bonus hug because we were having an emotional conversation.
It's when I left that job, I told everyone, I said, okay, I know everyone wants to hug me as they say goodbye because it's my last day at this job. You all get 1 hug each and a minimum of, you cannot exceed 4 seconds of contact. There's a 4-second rule, 1 hug each. Every single one of them violated the 4-second rule. Every single one of them.
Oh my goodness.
I was very disappointed. I ended up just having to cut. They ruined it for the rest of them. I ended up cutting everyone off.
There's people in the chat saying they'll break into your house and hug you.
I've heard that a lot. A lot of people have said that to me.
Still on topic with Daniel and the hugs. My first interaction with Daniel ever, we were working at Starbucks together, and I remember there was a 4-liter jug of milk, but like the spout was like crushed in a little bit, and he looks at this jug and he's like, that jug of milk looks like someone just tried to hug it, and it's going like
that was me.
Like, okay, this guy doesn't like hugs. Noted.
That's just me. I'm just not a hugger. I will shake your hand. Don't worry. Well, not now, I guess. Now I won't. I don't know what I'm going to do. But now, at least, if someone goes to hug me, I can be like, hey, man, no. And it's not going to be weird.
All right.
High fives and handshakes are not off the table, though. At least for me. Just wash your
Yeah,
hands,
let's
guys.
Contact guidelines with Bergerson now.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 questions left. Choobs, do you have your question picked?
There's
Or
not
from the
many
live
questions here, so I don't know which question to pick out of these.
And if folks watching right now, watching this live, want to throw a question in the chat,
Yeah.
you can do that too.
Just
Can
in
you
the
guys
chat.
please-
It says,
Unless the question is asking me to.
in 64 Josh, I'm sorry, I've never heard of you before. You seem cool. I'll be looking for you on YouTube in a non-creepy, non-stalker kind of way.
That's
That's
always...
unfortunate. I was really hoping for the creepy stock. I mean, it's all right. Either way, I'm good with it either way. So it's fine.
Both are good.
Hey, let's have a little bit of fun with these questions. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Is that okay?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So one of the questions I like to ask when I interview somebody is like, what is a game that you haven't completed that we're all going to judge you for? But I'm going to start with you guys. This could be a little more specific. Is there a Zelda game that you have not completed that we are going to judge you for?
Both
Any
the
of them.
Oracle games. They're the only ones that I've never completed. And I
Any
feel
particular
still ashamed.
reason why? Especially
growing
since
up,
they're
never
on the
had a-
DS?
I didn't have a Game Boy or Game Boy Color
Okay.
growing up, and it's just been one of those things that's always been on my radar. But there's always been something that's taken precedent. So it's always been B list. Like, well, not B list sounds harsh, but like I'm like, oh, I want to get that game, but there's this other game, I should get that instead. You know.
Okay. So follow-up question: would you love to see both of those games done in the Link's Awakening art style?
Oh yes,
Oh.
100%.
Okay.
100%. Because before that, I had only played through Link's Awakening one time before, and then Link's Awakening came out. I love that remake. That remake was so well done. It fixed every issue I ever had with the original. I beat it 2 times through, all the way 100% within like 6 weeks of it coming out. So, which maybe sounds like a lot, but keep in mind I stream and work full-time job and all this other stuff. But like 2 times all the way through. Usually I'll beat a game through and I'll give it some time to chill. But I was like so enamored with that game. I was like, well, now I gotta play it again and not die, and so I can get the real ending. So it was good. It was good.
Yeah. Chu, how about you?
How
So
about you?
everyone knows that I haven't played any of the 2D games, or well, I've played some 2D games, but I haven't played anything that existed on the DS. I did not play. But I still think the one that I'm most ashamed of is that I've beaten this game now, but I hadn't beaten it until I played it on stream, which was Majora's Mask. I beat that game for the first time last year.
Okay. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
Josh is
I'm-
judging you for sure.
No. I've never played Majora's Mask, not at all, and I own it. I own multiple copies of it. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I feel
So-
less bad about myself. But
Yeah,
like, what am I good friend?
I'm if you want, Josh, if you want to pretend you know what you're talking about, I've been but
This
just
mic hit
silent
your
plug.
mic.
Yeah, your
Just
mic
go-
cut out
no.
when you did that.
No! There goes. Discord is like, no, don't plug yourself, Daniel. No plugs today.
Yeah, I didn't beat Mario 64 until like 2019.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
wow.
have never beaten Mario 64.
Oh, I've
I've
definitely beaten that
played
game.
it. I've gotten very far through it, but I've never beaten Mario 64. And same goes Donkey Kong 64. The first time I beat it was 2015, and I'd had that game since 1999.
Oh,
Wow.
So there's games that have always been on my backlog. I'll get to it eventually, but first time I played Super Metroid was also 2015. It's I'm catching up though. I'm making up for lost time. So 2015 was a good year, I guess, in hindsight.
Jesse, how about you? Is there any Zelda games you haven't completed?
Breath of the Wild.
What?
Yeah.
What? No, you've played Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but I've not
But yes-
beat it.
You've
What
never
do you mean
beat
by
it.
You haven't beat it. Like,
I've never
how
fought
much of the game
Ganon.
have you played it?
I played through the game,
Mm-hmm.
got to the point to where you're basically at the castle going to fight Ganon, and then my little brother just took my Switch when I had it sat down and then he just played it and beat it, and I watched him and I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to be doing this then.
Did you do the DLC?
Yeah, I did the DLC.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh.
But not all of it.
So just Ganon. That's all you didn't do.
You
Is
didn't do all of
you?
it?
No, I didn't beat the monk either.
Oh my goodness.
He did literally the exact same thing when you get to like the final new Divine Beast dungeon thing, and you have to fight the monk.
You didn't get the motorcycle?
No, he got the motorcycle for me.
He got the
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Jesse.
It's time to start over.
But then I was like, I'm
coming
going to go back
Tennessee,
to master
and I'm going
mode.
to force you to beat the game.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to go back to master mode, and now I'll get my chance to do all this.
Yeah.
Were you super mean to him as a kid, and you're just trying to pay?
No, he's
Like this-
he's like
revenge on
he's like 10, so like I wasn't mean to him. It was just like in his mind,
there's
he's
always
like,
a rule in my house. You don't play each other.
no, in his mind, he's probably like, oh, I'm gonna help him beat this, and I'm like, you're not helping me. You're just doing it for me. I can do it myself. I taught you how to play the game. Remember?
So my little brother
gotta
was
know
probably
Josh.
three quarters of the way through Ocarina of Time, and I went to work one day and I was like, or school or something, and I was like, hey, if you don't have this beat by the time I get back, just erase your save because you're never playing it again. And I was kidding him. I came back and his file had been erased.
Oh my goodness. Brothers are so mean. Okay. My brother did something similar to me. It was Star Fox Adventures. There was a part like I'm like almost done the game and I get stuck and he's like, "Oh, you're stuck on this part? It's because you didn't do this, 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 and this at the very beginning of the game. You have to restart." And I was like, "Okay."
Oh no.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I don't feel so bad because he deleted my 98% complete Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo.
Oh
No.
And so I was like, yeah, I don't feel bad at all. No.
Oof,
I don't care that you
sibling
couldn't
life.
read when you did that, but we're 8 years apart, so he was just little. But okay, you guys want to know what game I haven't beat?
Lay it on us,
Yeah.
Josh.
What Zelda game?
Any game. Well, sure, Zelda. We'll do Zelda.
The list is extensive. Majora's Mask. I've never beat the first Zelda. I'm almost all the way through it. I have a save that I'm almost through it. Never beat the second Zelda. My first completed Zelda was Link to the Past, and then I still have my gold cart from when I was like 15 or 16 from Ocarina, and could not put that one down.
Oh,
Never beat Twilight Princess. I beat Phantom Hourglass, but I couldn't handle Spirit Tracks. It just was not my thing. I loved Wind Waker, played through that. I'm probably 3/4 of the way through Skyward Sword, like right now on my Wii U. But I actually got to a point where I was like, I'm not really sure what to do here, and I refused to look something up. And so, but and then I started the Wind Waker HD remake. I don't open my amiibo, so my Twilight Princess is boxed, and then I finally found a used copy, so I do have a used copy. I could actually play that one now, but what's
the game that you haven't beaten that you're most ashamed of, though?
Ooh, that I'm most ashamed of.
Which one's like people are talking about video games and you're like,
ooh,
that one,
yeah, I've got a few. I got a few non-Zelda ones that.
Yeah, probably the being the biggest, as big of a Mario fan as I am, probably Sunshine.
Mm.
I've never completed it.
I never did Sunshine.
So I was going full on completionist when the game came out, and I got to a sprite that I couldn't, like a shine sprite or whatever, that I couldn't reach, and I just was like, if I can't get past this, I'm not. And I've since gone back and started playing it again, and actually found areas that were broken because it's like you need to have Yoshi for certain things, but then like the game doesn't tell you this, and you can keep going into the same area and nothing changes because something isn't unlocked yet. I was like, this is so crazy. So yeah, Sunshine I have not completed, but I think that's I think that's kind of it. I think Majora's Mask is probably one of the biggest ones for me that I was like, as such being such a big fan of Ocarina that I just I never went back to.
Dang.
I have such a big shame list. Yours seems so like.
Oh, I'm sure there's more.
No Final Fantasy games. Like
Same.
I've never played any
Same.
Final Fantasy, and I know people love those games. Sunshine and both Galaxy games.
That hurts me so much because those games are so good.
I know they are. They have been. I've heard, but I never got through them. There's so many. There's too many to go. I could go on too long, but those are the big ones that I get a lot of flack for when people start talking Final Fantasy or Galaxy, and I'm like, never did. I never did.
Yeah, I've never played Chrono Trigger.
Same. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, me either.
That's one of those
loves that game, and I'm like,
It's one of those big ones that I never played it. Mm-hmm.
I think Jesse's muted, maybe.
Jesse, are you muted?
Sorry.
He is.
Sorry.
He back.
So for the third question, a donation from Gibbs for $2. What does Josh think about the good guy Ganondorf theory? Do you know of this theory? So
No.
in the tab